One of the simplest improvements you can make to any model steam locomotive is to cover up the plasticky coal in the tender with something rather more realistic. In this case, the best material is actually real coal. Now, if you compare the model in front of me, which has got just normal real coal over the top of the stuff supplied by Bachmann, and the fake coal in this tender body here, you can see just what an improvement it makes. And to be honest, the fake coal is one of those things that the ready-to-run manufacturers are never going to be able to improve on a lot. But you can, it's really simple, and I'm going to show you how. Now, I don't propose that you should start testing your skills on your most expensive loco, but exactly the same techniques will work perfectly well putting coal into a coal wagon. And you can pick these up. This is a second-hand one that I bought for about £3 off a stall somewhere. The first thing you're going to need is some real coal. Now, lots of people still have coal fires. You can buy bags of coal, and you can even buy bags of coal on eBay. This is genuine Welsh steam coal that model engineers use for putting inside their real steam locos. I bought a very big bag of it for £10 in a car park at a model engineering exhibition many years ago, which will give me several lifetimes worth of model locomotive coals. The trouble is, this stuff is fine for 7¼ inch gauge locos, but it's pretty hopeless for the tenders on a 4mm model, so we're going to need to break it up a bit. At this point, you're probably thinking, I'm going to be getting one of these out. You can break coal with this, but let's be honest, it's incredibly messy and the stuff goes absolutely everywhere. There is a better method, and that is get yourself a pair of pliers. It is best to work over a plastic tray when you're doing this, because even if you're not whacking it with a great big hammer, it is quite a messy job. The trick is, place your coal in the pliers and gently squeeze. As I can see, it goes everywhere still, but with the pliers you can adjust how much pressure you put on and hopefully not make too much of a mess. But more importantly, you can get coal the size of lump that you actually need for the back of the tender. Now, coal comes in lots of different sizes, so do look at photos to work out how big a lump you actually want. Right, I've made myself some reasonably scaled coal and cleaned up afterwards. Now, putting coal in the backs of wagons and indeed tenders can be quite a messy process, which is why a lot of people are put off doing it, because usually it involves putting the coal in and then pouring watered down PVA all over the top. And the PVA gets everywhere and ruins the paintwork and everybody feels a bit sorry. There is now a better way of doing this, a much cleaner way, and that is to use Deluxe Materials Ballast Magic. Now, I know it says ballast on the bottle, but it would work just as well with any granular material, including coal. Now, here's my wagon ready to be filled. To save myself coal, what I've done is I've put a lump of foam in the bottom. That just fills up about 2/3 of the wagon. And then all I do is pour my coal on top. If there's anything that looks like it's too big a lump, I just pick it out and put it to one side. Make sure I've got coverage, and then spray the load with water. That makes the Ballast Magic go off, and there we are, one ready loaded wagon. And that technique will work anywhere you want loads of coal. So let's try it on our test tender body, just to prove that the technique works as well on tenders as it does on wagons. I'm going to use a spoon to apply the coal, because obviously it's a more expensive model and I just want to apply it a little more accurately. Although the odd misplaced lump of coal is quite realistic. Now you look at this, plastic tender body, sprayed with water, can't ruin the paintwork or anything like that. And there we are, give that a few minutes to dry and it's ready for use on the layout. So there we are, 2 minutes work, a bag of cheap and easily available material, and I think you'll find it'll have made a big difference to both the locomotive and the wagon. Go on, give it a go.